Okay, welcome back to MacNab Chemistry for GCSE. Today we're going to have a look at whether we should use chemical cells, standard chemical cells, or the hydrogen oxygen fuel cell to run a vehicle. Okay, so if you remember, chemical cells, the purpose of them is to use chemical reactions to generate electricity. So as we've written here, chemical cells can be used to run vehicles. Okay, the question is, should we use a rechargeable battery or a hydrogen fuel cell? Okay, well, we all know what a rechargeable battery is. They're the kind of batteries that you get in cars that are out on the road as we speak, but they need recharging once the power or the voltage is being used up. Once the chemical reactions have generated all the voltage that they can, then you have to recharge that battery. Okay, so let's have a look at why we might want to use a hydrogen fuel cell. Well, the hydrogen fuel cell, if you remember from part 6, doesn't produce as much pollution as chemical cells. Rechargeable batteries need to be disposed of. Okay, so therefore they're more polluting in the long run. Okay, so if you've got a rechargeable battery, eventually it'll lose its charge. If you think about your mobile phone, the battery slowly loses charge over time. Okay, and eventually you have to get rid of your phone and get a new one. Okay, also batteries store less energy than hydrogen fuel cells. Okay, and therefore need to be recharged more often, which can take a long time. Okay, so hydrogen oxygen fuel cells, you don't need to recharge them. You basically keep putting your hydrogen in, keep putting the oxygen in, and it just keeps generating electrical energy. Okay, right, so could we use hydrogen oxygen fuel cells to run vehicles? These would be the disadvantages. Just imagine this: you're driving along and you need to be driving along with hydrogen, a great big hydrogen fuel tank on the back of your car. Now, hydrogen is a gas. We will be able to compress it into a fairly reasonable sized space. Now, however, just imagine somebody happens to throw a match into the back of the car. Okay, hydrogen is highly explosive, so there's some serious risks in driving around with a great big hydrogen canister on the back of your car. Okay, right, so let's have a look at this then. What are the disadvantages of using a hydrogen oxygen fuel cell to run vehicles? Okay, so fuel cells produce electrical energy, so in theory the answer is yes, I could use my hydrogen oxygen fuel cell to drive my car. The problem is, hydrogen is a gas, so it takes up a lot of space, more space than a standard rechargeable battery. Hydrogen is explosive when mixed with air, so it's hard to store safely, and the hydrogen fuel is often made from hydrocarbons. Yeah, that's a good point, isn't it? Where did the hydrogen come from in the first place? Well, it came from hydrocarbons, which are fossil fuels, or we can use electrolysis to split water to generate hydrogen. Okay, and again, but electrolysis is expensive, uses a lot of energy, so the overall processes in actually generating the hydrogen might not be as environmentally friendly as you may think. Okay, so there are some disadvantages of using the hydrogen oxygen fuel cell to power a vehicle. Okay, thank you for watching. That's the end of chemical cells. So that's video 7 out of 7. That's the end of the topic. I hope you've enjoyed watching them and they've been helpful. Please, if you could like and subscribe and click on the bell notification to stay fully updated, that would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.